Yeah, we're so glad you're here. Oh, we're so glad to be together in unity.
Now you are going to know this one, and I'm going to invite you. I'm going to pressure you to sing it. Because as we round out this year, we make a commitment to next year, right? We're not giving up. It's not like, oh, this year's over. I'm done making years. I'm done with years. This one's over. No, we have a whole new one. How exciting is that? Anybody love the turn of the year? I love the turn of the year. And it's not because I'm like a resolution-y kind of person. I just like fresh starts. I get bored. Anybody get bored? I haven't been bored writing 2024. We get to write a new whole year. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Come on. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. How about this big heart? This big heart of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This big heart of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This big heart of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Come on. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Well, 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 this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Hallelujah. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Do we have any piano, or should I do something? Let it shine. Should I turn it up on my end? Let it shine. Let it shine. Why don't we pray? We're in church. You guys want to pray? That was a sign. All right, so let's just take a moment and ground down. Put both your feet on the ground, close your eyes, and receive my word. Ooh, words are powerful. Yes, they are. And that is what we make prayers of. We make prayers of stringing words together and making a tapestry. So I invite you to just breathe deeply and release and relax and enjoy this moment, this time we have together. As I become aware of the awareness, as I become aware of the power, the presence, the life, the light that shows up and shows off as this beautiful world that we coexist in with the divine, that the divine's essence is permeated as and through each and everything, the stars, the sky, the aliens, the community, ourselves, each other, the words, the light, the laughter. It's all God. And I name it all good right now with my word. I name it good, saying that everything that unfolds, whether it's fertilizer and smells a little funny, it is growing us into the best and most beautiful self that we can be in that divine image. God is good all the time. God is alchemizing all the time. And so I know as this year comes to its beautiful, marvelous, magical, awesome close, that we live in gratitude. That no matter what has happened this year, that we say, thank you, God, for this experience of life. What a ride to break my pelvis. What a ride to have a crazy election. What a ride to have a new book released. What a ride to have a breakup and a heartbreak. What a ride to be in love. What a ride to be pregnant. What a ride, this life, this beautiful, beautiful life, whatever is happening for each and every person in here, I'm knowing that the highest and best is unfolding. and all is truly well. And I release my word as law, knowing that it is done. And together we say, amen. And so it is. If you're here, you probably know by now that there's a power in a seed, reminding itself how to become a tree. There's a power in a cell, capable of making a you or a me. There's a power in a word, vibrating at a frequency. And there's a power inside that power, inside that power. You know what it is? It's love, 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 love. That's your part. Love, 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 love. And you can feel it revealed when an open, broken heart begins to be healed. It breaks like the sky when a long, dark night starts spinning on the wheel of the world. Watch it rise. Out of the ashes comes another day, a bright light shining through your eyes. So much surprise every time we fall in love, 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 love. Sing it with me once, come on. Love, 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 love. And you know what? There's a force in the fist, but when unclenched, it ceases to exist. It shifts into light. So much freedom releases from the wrist. So insist on bliss, 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 insist on bliss. Love, 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 love. La da 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 da. Ba da ba 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 ba. We are unstoppable, just like the wind. Anything is possible from God within. The root is good in each of us here. And the nature of love is in everyone, everywhere. What spirit originates? Spirit orchestrates willingness, gratitude, create your fate. One power, one people under one sun. Peace, love, joy, and freedom. See, there's a power. Do you believe there's a power? Let me hear you say, I believe there's a power. And I think you should turn to someone and say, I believe there's a power in you. Yeah. There's a power in a seed, reminding itself how to become a tree. There's a power in a cell, capable of making an Amy. A power in a word, love, vibrating at a frequency. And there's a power inside the power, and back of all that power. You know what it is? Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? It's love. Jazz hands. Okay, so I love this concept. I'm sure you've heard it a million times about the acorn, right? About how in the acorn is the intelligence of the oak tree, and also in the acorn is an entire forest of acorns. However, in order for this acorn to become this oak tree, it has to what? Die, break open, crack open, be destroyed, be demolished. So in order for 2025 to come, we have to let go of 2024. Who here is ready to let go of 2024? Right? Right? It's been just a wild, wild year. And I love the idea also of certain, sunflowers come to mind, that big thing that has all those seeds in it. And it seeds itself. It seeds itself. I was thinking about that on the way here when I got a Dasani water. Confession, I had a McDonald's Egg McMuffin this morning. I'm ashamed. And Gangaji says, be ashamed. So I am admitting my shame. But when I'm eating carbohydrates, there's nothing better than Egg McMuffin. But they give you Dasani water at McDonald's, and Dasani water, sorry to be like down talking Dasani water, but Dasani water supposedly has sodium in it, which makes you more thirsty, which I kind of love, right? They're like so smart, right? They're like, we're going to give you water that makes you want more water. And that is the divine. That is the divine. The divine has you thirsty for more. Yes? Does that resonate with you? Dasani, divinity, it works for me. That's a Dasani, divinity, it works for me. Hey. Okay. What am I talking about? Okay. So this book, you guys, I got to talk about this book real quick because it's really confessional, okay? It's really raw. It came to me in a waterfall. Some of the things that that I write in here, it's R-rated. There's not, it's not, it's me. And I'm starting what I'm calling the Garden of Good in January 7th on Zoom, and it's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern. And I've already got people from all over the country that are joining us. And it's the Garden of Good is going to be going through this book, but also like my creative ministry. So everybody, we're going to be drawing and singing and dancing and writing and discovering our creative expression. So if you're interested in that, there is going to be a sign-up sheet on my page. But I wanted to discuss this idea of the Garden of Good because we all know Eddie Watkins Jr.'s song, Garden, yes? There is a garden where dreams come true, beautiful garden where God's grace blooms. And this garden is you. And I love playing with words and thinking of how a garden is spiritual, because when we're learning about prayer and we're learning about how to plant the seeds of these teachings, it's such a great metaphor. You put a seed, right, which is an idea or a thought, in the soil, in the environment that it will grow in. You water it, right? Our lovely rainy day that shows us how everything grows. And then we cultivate it. We prune it. We weed it, right? So here's what we're going to do in the garden. And I love this idea. And these could be some things you take into 2025 with you. Number one, lean into the light. Yeah? And we do this like the sunflower does it. And the sunflower, what's cool about the sunflower, you might have heard this before too, is that it naturally moves toward the sun. But when there is no sun, do you know what it does? They turn toward each other. And that is why community is so important. During times like difficult governmental things or hurricanes, amen? I'm from Asheville, you may know, so I went through Helene, and I'll talk a little bit about that. But we need to lean into each other, lean into the light. And light for me represents the exposure. When we lean into the light, we lean into being fully exposed. And that's how we get joy. My favorite acronym for joy is just open yourself. And to be in joy, we have to be open. We have to be in the light, right? But also, where is the seed planted? Underground, in the darkness. Which now, I love how the new year, I love how humans, the calendar could have been anywhere, right? We could have put January anywhere, but in the Northern Hemisphere, it's like right in the darkness, right? And I love that we start our year in the dreams, in the dream space, in the dream time, how many people are tired yesterday? How many people have been really tired the last couple days, right? Holidays wear us out. We're exhausted. We're wintering. We're getting quiet. We're planting the seeds for next. Allow the darkness. The darkness isn't bad. That's part of this whole, you're not paying attention. If you're not wondering what's next, if you're not in the mystery, if you're not curious, if you're bored, who gets bored? They say that you can only get bored if you're boring. And I get bored a lot. And I think I'm kind of boring too. I really am sometimes. And so I get to search myself to say, how do I water the wonder in my life? How do I stay in the wonder? And that's things like this, like coming to class, coming to church, getting involved, doing things that are spiritually cultivating your wonder, getting on book talk, trying a new book, right? Like trying something new. I think that's how we water wonder. That's how I do anyway. I have tend toward truth. This idea of tending the garden. It also sort of answers this idea of what is your tendency? What are your tendencies of thought? Your tendencies of thought create your tendencies of action. Yes? So tending toward truth means tending toward love, peace, wisdom, beauty. And when you feel yourself going into that darker space, the truth of that for me is surrender, allow. Because what you resist persists, and we're going to feel bad. Like the first thing in this book that it says, I'm going to read you the very, very beginning of this book because it's so me. I mean, the first thing is you're amazing. This is for you because you know how I feel about you, right? You are amazing. The fact that you exist with your nose, your eyes, your heart, your feet, your personality, it's one in a gazillion. There's not even a word for it. So, hey, love, I always want to feel good, damn it, and write the F now. I'm a feel-good junkie, and I get it. We don't feel good all the time. Duh. But I believe we can take anything and find the good in it. So it's not about not having bad times, not having sadness, not having distress, not having upset. It's about leaning into it, allowing it, and tending toward the truth of it. Okay, I'm sad because I loved. Heartbreak comes because we love. Who here's heartbroken? Don't worry, you guys, you will be. Don't worry. You know that's one of my favorite things to say. Okay, weed out worry. Weed out worry. How many things do we worry about that don't manifest? They don't happen. It doesn't happen. It's all just like our minds playing tricks on us. Your mind is so powerful, and it's wonderful when we can, direct our thinking and direct our thoughts. But how many thoughts come out of the blue and come at you? And it's like, thanks, but no thanks. I'm going to weed you out. Pfft, I don't believe you anymore. I have a new thing that I'm doing, and I want to invite you to do this. And especially for people who are over 50, I'm sorry for these young folks, you're not there yet. But when you look in the mirror, say to yourself, I am the youngest I will ever be. And I look good. Because I was getting into this tendency of looking in the mirror and looking at my lines and, il maquillage. I mean, the things that are on TikTok that they push at you. You should buy this. It'll make you young. Buy this, product. And it's like, instead, I'm flipping it on its head. And I'm going, ooh, girl, you're the youngest you'll ever be. It's my new phrase. Say it to yourself in the mirror. See what it does. You look the youngest you'll ever be today. Right? Because it is from this moment on. Weed out the worry. Is anybody here worry warts? Worry warts? And what does it get us? But anxiety and stress. And to lean into the light, to be positive, they've proven now that when you're leaning into optimism, it's good for you physically. It causes well-being. When you have less stress, you're less clenched. When you're less clenched, you're creating, your blood pressure goes down, yeah? A lot of people enter these teachings, enter Unity churches and New Thought, and all of a sudden they just feel better because they're not so damn worried about everything all the time, because we're trusting that there's a divine intelligence back of all that is absolute brilliance itself. How are we on a ball going around another ball? I don't get it. Root in love. Root in love. Let love be the base for how you walk through the world. And I think I've talked about love before with you guys, how when I came around here and you said, love is all there is. There is only love. Love is all there is. I was like, really though? Really though? And then I learned about this concept that love is all there is, because as things evolve, in order for something, I believe that in order for something to continue to evolve, to live, it must be nurtured. And it's not necessarily nurtured in a way that's fuzzy, but love is all there is. And this idea that there's an energy back of all that's holding us, honestly, it just makes me feel better. So if you root in that idea that, wow, I'm taken care of, I'm okay. It's like the unity prayer, right? Love surrounds me, enfolds me. I am love. Root in that. Let that be the root for 2025, yes? I mean, I got bloom big. Bloom big. You get to bloom however you want. If you want to bloom small, it's good. It's fine. Nobody's going to judge you here. There's no judgment. But be the biggest you that you can be. You do you, boo, boo. Because I can't do you. You can do you. I can do me. I do me pretty good. I feel like there's this funny quote from Oscar Wilde, you be you, everyone else is taken. And if you notice the people in your life, especially the ones that are close to you, you'll notice that they are exactly what you can't be. My partner is very neat and clean and organized. We'll just say that. What does that leave me, right? Creative mess, right? And we attract those things that we can learn from, that we can grow from. Yeah, so bloom big, because the blooms that are around you are going to hold you up. They're going to reflect you. They're going to show you who you are. I have here fruit freely. That's personal to me because I'm an LGBTQ, WXYZ. But fruit freely, what I mean by that is actually not be a fruit, but your fruit isn't for you. I saw this on a preacher talk about this the other day. Your fruit, what you create, what I'm doing here today, isn't for me. It's for you. What you do for a living, what you do in your relationship, what you do at home, it's not for you. It's for others. And what the gift is of that, especially if you're a creator of any kind, is that you can just stop judging your work. You can stop beating yourself up for it not being enough, or I don't like it enough. The day before I released this book, I was a complete mess. My poor partner, she was like, it's great. I found a couple typos in it. My mom, my mother, she's like, I see typos in books all the time. And the Debbie McComba book always says typos. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's life. It's imperfect. It's going to be imperfect. It's not going to be perfectly margined and perfectly everything. It's not, because there's nothing perfect and everything's perfect. It's perfectly imperfect, yes? Just like when you look in the mirror at those beautiful lines, perfectly imperfect. I have plant plenty of praise. I love alliteration. I can't help it. Plant plenty of praise. I think last week when I listened to Reverend James talk, one of my favorite things he talked about was this idea of compliments and how giving compliments is so, it really is like watering the soul, you know? So I want you to give me a compliment shower right now.
You're gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love your ministry.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you guys. Okay, who here would like a compliment shower? Come on up, Rich. Come on up. Stand up and face your community. Face your community. You guys know and love Rich, right? Give Rich a compliment shower right now. You're super handsome. Yes. Great minds. And Rich, I want you to say, I receive. It's obvious, right? He's rich. I mean, he's literally rich. Give it up for Rich for being brave. Does anybody else want one? Come on up. Hubert, I remember you. Good to see you. You're an artist, right? Yes. Yes. All right, go for it. Give it to Hubert. Such good energy. You're adorable. Give it up for Hubert. I think maybe we should do one more. Who is it? Come on up. Come on up. What's your name? What's your name? Luna. I mean, we could start there. What a great name. All right, give it to Luna, y'all. You're beautiful. Absolutely. Great hair. Great style. Love that dress. Great dog mom. Give it up for Luna, y'all. Okay, now I want to do something weird, and I want you to close your eyes for a minute and give yourself a compliment shower. Give yourself. And breathe into it, you know. Let yourself love yourself. Okay, you can open your eyes. Sow seeds of sweetness. There's that alliteration again. I can't help it. You know, or it could also be softness, sweetness and softness. You know, I'm kind of bombastic. It's something I want to work on. You know, I want to be more gentle, and I want to be more sweet with myself and with others, because how we treat ourselves is how we treat others, and how we treat ourselves is how we are in the world. And I'm very hard on myself. Ooh, I just got a little tears came up, and I'm real hard on myself, so I'm a little bit hard on others. I like to be a little bit more gentle on myself and on others, because really you are me, I am you. There's only one thing. We're just sitting here checking each other out, the divine experiencing itself, right? Let's take a deep breath and let it out. I have delight daily. I have dig down deep in the dark and grow good. So that's what we're going to do in the garden. It's going to be a year-long experience on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. What else are you doing on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock? It's for a love offering. It's going to be great. If you want to do it, sign up with me. It's going to be wild. I'm not going to be on the chain, put it that way. It's my ministry, so I have nobody that I can offend. So I'm planning on it being like, you know, kind of wild. I want it to be wild. So there's that. I want to talk a little bit about the hurricane, because she was a bitch. She was Helene. You know, everybody made their Jolene songs about Helene. Helene, 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 Helene. She took a lot of lives. She took a lot of businesses. She took a lot of art. And it was these rivers, right? These two rivers that converged to make an ocean for a day and kind of drown an entire area and reconfigure the topography. I don't know if you heard the 1,200 landslides. They have to remap the area. It's pretty wild how it happened and totally unexpected. So the grief is still soaking up there. And it was very strange to not have water. We didn't have water for about 20 days. So we did get electricity after like a week or a week and a half or something. And I know you guys went without electricity for a while, right? But I broke out my guitar and I wrote this song and I posted it on TikTok. My TikTok sister over there. I love TikTok. I don't know why it's not why it's bad or something, but I think it's great. And it kind of went viral on like thousands of views on Facebook and on Instagram. I think it's because we really need to hear this. So this is called Look Up, and it's from my experience in the hurricane. What is more useless than being angry at a river? It is just a river doing what rivers do. The truth is that some truth tastes a little bitter, but it can make you better as you make your way through. And the light shines even in the darkest times. The light still shines. Yeah, the light shines even in the darkest times. So look up, look up, look up. Look up, look up, look up. Sing it with me now. Look up, look up, look up. 'Cause what is more useless than screaming at the darkness? It is just the darkness doing what darkness do. It's the darkness that offers up the sunrise. It offers the seed a space to hide in the night. And the light shines on all who are left behind. The light still shines. Yeah, the light shines even in the darkest times. So look up, look up, look up. Look up, look up, look up. You got it now. Look up, look up, look up. Look up at the sun. Look up at the moon. Look up in the eyes of the people who are coming through. Look up at the strength and the power of community. Look up for yourself. Look up for me. Look up. Look up. Maybe I'm useless. I'm angry at a river. It's just a river doing what rivers do. But I am a human. I'm a being, not a doer. So I'll let this anger just pass on through. And the light shines. This all will be alchemized. The light still shines. The light shines even in the darkest times. So look up, look up, look up. Come on. Look up, look up, look up. Sing it with me now. Look up, look up, look up. Hey, hey. Look up, look up, look up. Look up, look up, look up. So what the beautiful thing that came from that hurricane was seeing what happened afterwards. The entire world showed up in Asheville. And there was all these rumors that like FEMA wasn't coming through or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, they were. Oh yeah, they were. I mean, trucks of Army boys from Ohio. They were all cute too. I had these mystical, magical experiences looking for non-potable water, you know, driving around in this sort of post-apocalyptic vibration. And staring at this destruction everywhere, and yet seeing with my own eyes the healing, the remedy, the people showing up. There was this one particular kitchen, I wish I could remember the name of it, but that was giving out these free meals. And, you'd think, free meal, it'll be okay. It was like gourmet, like the best meal I've ever had, like unbelievable. And they're like, please take 4 because we need you to take these. Another thing happened very interesting. If you follow me at all, you know that I also sew. I make what I call diva tees. They're these ponchos that I make. And they said, a lot of artists lost, gigs. I lost a couple gigs. And so a friend of mine was like, hey, the entire world of fabric in the country sent a bunch of fabric to us, and we now have a warehouse filled with fabric, and we want you to come and for a donation, literally please take as much as you can, because if you don't, we're going to have to send it back or burn it, or, we don't know what we're going to do with all this fabric. So I have these beautiful fabrics, you guys, that I'm going to create some masterpieces with. But things like that were happening all over. They're still happening. And for me personally, I dodged 2 massive, massive bullets, which I thought the other day, is life kind of you just dodging bullets until you don't dodge one? Is that what life is? But I dodged 2 massive bullets. Number 1, 2 weeks before the storm. We didn't know that storm was coming 2 weeks before. I had 2 trees taken down in my yard. That's wild, right? And one was on one side of the house and one was on the other side of the house, and they would have just destroyed both my neighbors, Meanwhile, you guys, a week ago, lightning struck this neighbor's house, the top of the roof. My neighbor, lightning. Okay, now, it might sound like, oh yeah, lightning. A hole in the roof. The front of the house is detached from the house. All the gutters fell off. The gas is off. They had to move out while they're doing whatever they need to do to be. My next door. Now, that wasn't during the hurricane. That was just last week. But I'm charmed, I swear. I'm lucky. Or whatever. I don't know why things happen the way they happen, right? And then the other bullet I dodged was that I had decided about a year ago that I really wanted to have an art studio in the River Arts District. And so I got one. And I only signed a 6-month lease, though, because I really didn't know how I would feel about painting in front of other people. Because anybody paint here? Okay, so you know that there's really ugly stages of paintings. If you really paint, then it's always layers. And if you want to be a painter, start painting and just keep layering, and it'll be brilliant. That's really all it is, layers. If you just keep going, it gets better and better and better and better. But there's these really ugly phases. And I just really didn't like people walking by when I was in the ugly phase or whatever. I just wanted my own home. So I ended that 6-month contract. So I had just gotten out of my studio, and that studio it's gone. I mean, it was flooded, 30 feet, thousands of artists. No, not thousands of artists, but hundreds of artists, thousands of works of art, just gone. I would have lost everything. I had everything there. So it's hard to feel like I've that survivor's guilt around that. I'm not yay, I didn't get, everybody else got screwed, but I'm fine. But I also am aware of the blessings. For me personally, that's the other thing is you have to be able to be grateful for what you have, not be unaware of what other people have gone through too, right? So I just kind of wanted to share all that stuff with you, but there were so many blessings, so many beautiful, beautiful things. And that's the same thing for 2024, right? 2024 was a crazy year. But what are some good things that happened? Take an inventory at the end of the year. What are some good things for you that happened? I had some really wonderful travels. You want to shout out some good things that happened in 2024? Anybody? Sedona. I've never been. I've heard it's amazing. You got something? Luna?
Yeah. Disney World. I went to Disney World.
Disney World in Orlando?
No, Florida. First time.
Yeah, Orlando, Florida. right? Or I guess it's not in Orlando. Technically, it's what, Kissimmee or whatever. Lake Buena Vista. Was it your first time?
Yeah.
Did you have a blast?
It was fun, yeah.
It's kind of special, right? Your inner child is like, ooh. Yeah.
I got to go with one that was like a little spaceship.
Did you go on the Space Mountain?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the dark? The dark? Yeah. What were you going to say? Somebody had their hand up? Adoption? A baby? Wait. My heart just exploded with love. Mazel tov. That's beautiful. What's that?
It was November 15th.
November 15th. So you have a Scorpio adoption. That's wonderful.
Fun fact, we didn't know that November was the month of adoption month
Is it really?
until after they texted us our court date, and then something had happened, I heard it on the radio or something like that, and I was like, hey, did you know it's adoption month? And they were like, no. And so we
Wow.
shared it with the congregation because that was pretty cool.
That is amazing, and that is wonderful, because you know what? We all want to feel like we belong somewhere, right? We all want to feel like that. Anything else? Yeah.
I got a big illustration job that
Ooh.
to keep me busy for the next 2 years.
Nice. That's huge for an artist. Yes.
My son survived a traumatic brain injury, and he's sitting beside me today, and he was at the point of death on December the
Oh my
He's
gosh.
sitting here today, and he's walking, he is talking.
Oh, thank God. And he's adorable. What's your name? What's his name?
Landon,
Nathan?
Landon.
Landon. Ooh, handsome Landon. Thank God you're okay. Thank God you're okay. Anybody else? Yes.
I moved to Greenville this year.
You did! I have a really good friend who's looking to possibly move here, and I'm like, I can't tell you, I love it here. Every time I've been here, I've just had such a nice time, and I said the unity is great, and it's, you guys are one of the last places that's sort of affordable to live, right? Ish, or is it it's already going up? Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I mean, I'm in Asheville, so it's like nuts. But okay, I'm going to sing you another song, but I want to ask you about 2 questions. Number 1, what are you ready to let go of? And number 2, what do you want more of next year? So as I sing this song, I want you to think of those 2 things. Like, what do you want to let go of? What are you ready to release? And what do you want more of in your life? I think I've sung this song before here, but it's one of my favorites. It's off my new CD, and it's all about being ready to let go. Sun shines through my window on an autumn afternoon. Leaves falling down as the wind blows. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Sing it with me. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Ready to start over. My heart can't take no more. I see myself, but don't know her. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Yeah, one more time. Letting go, letting go, letting go. I'm on a spiral mountain, moving to the place where I can see the truth of me. Hold my breath and take that leap, so I can be free, so I can be free. On a midnight highway, headed to the sunrise, riding with my head high. I'm taking it slow, because I know I'm ready to let go. I'm ready to let go. I'm looking to tomorrow. I'm looking ahead, but I'm staying right here in the day. the truth of me. Gotta hold my breath and take that leap. Now I can be free. I'm on a midnight highway headed to the sunrise, riding with my head high. I'm taking it slow because I know. I'm taking it slow because I know. I'm taking it slow because I know. I'm ready to let go. I'm ready to let go, ready to let go, ready to let go. I'm ready to let go, ready to let go, ready to let go. Sing that part with me. I'm ready to let go, ready to let go, ready to let go. I'm ready to let go, ready to let go, ready to let go. What are you ready to let go of? Expectations. That's big. Fears. Shame. Smallness. Sadness. Guilt. I'm ready to let go even more of anger. Anger. I mean, I feel it. I'm going to feel it, you know. But anger, particularly in the story of, you know, my birth story and the growing up and the household, you know, change the story of that. And, you know, look at the good. Again, like make good of things. Look at the good of growing up in my home, not necessarily always go toward, you know, what your parents did wrong or what happened to you that makes you the victim. It's getting out of that victim mentality, right? That's what this teaching does with the unity teachings. They take us out of victimhood and they bring us out of the life is happening to me into the life is happening through me, and then moving into the life is happening as me. So like I am life itself. And once you know that, you can't really unknow that. So I want to wish you all a very happy new year. And I'm sure you're going to have a great burning bowl on Tuesday, right? And I do invite you to the Garden of Good. Come to my table, sign up on that. If you think that you want to get creative and get weird and doodle and sing and be, you know, funky with Amy Steinberg for a year, it's going to be its own thing. I don't know what it's going to be yet. It's really exciting. So this is called You Are the Light. And again, thanks to James and Leah for having me. My eyes are wide and open, and thanks to Kayla. My eyes can see. I see you smiling back there. And my mind is full of knowing. My mind believes I am awake. Are you awake? I am awake. Once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth that cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. My heart is clear and growing. My heart can see. And my soul is full of knowing. My soul believes I am awake. I am awake. Sing it with me if you want to. I am awake. And once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth that cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. I see you through the light there. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. We break it down, we say, once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth that cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. Tell somebody you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light. the light. Yeah, I say you are the light, you are the light, you are the light, you are the light. Yeah, you are the light, you are the light, you are the light.